Do you remember Hayley Mills, the childhood icon of millions of Americans in the 1,960 seconds? Though she once lit up the screen with her innocent, captivating charm, her real life was far from the sweetness of her roles. Hayley was pushed to the brink, nearly quitting acting altogether because of one scene that crossed every boundary. And even more shocking, she later revealed that her own parents were the reason her life went off track. How could a Disney princess carry so many silent wounds? Rare, never-before-seen photos and untold truths will be revealed in this video. Stay until the end to understand why Hayley Mills remains a name people recall with both admiration and deep regret. Hayley Mills was born on April 18, 1946, and from a very young age, her life was shaped by one undeniable force: the artistic blood running through her family. As the daughter of Sir John Mills, a celebrated British actor, and Mary Bell, a talented actress, Hayley's world was dazzling from the start, like a stage already lit before she ever stepped onto it. But don't assume that made her any more special than anyone else. If anything, the real stars were her parents. They were not only loving, but also incredibly controlling, to the point where Hayley had very little freedom to do what she truly wanted. As a child, she practically had no choice in her career path. Her parents, deeply rooted in the entertainment industry, strongly directed her toward acting, whether she wanted it or not. In 1959, when Hayley was just 12 years old, director J. Lee Thompson was searching for a young boy to star in his upcoming film Tiger Bay. But with her natural charm and effortless talent, Hayley captured his heart and landed the role instead, acting alongside her own father. The film became a major success, placing Hayley Mills on the radar as one of cinema's most promising new faces. Yet, little Hayley was far too young to care about fame or box office numbers. To her, it was all just playing for fun. Her parents, however, saw things very differently. They viewed this as the perfect launch pad for her future career and pushed her relentlessly to go further. Hayley's performance in Tiger Bay deeply impressed Bill Anderson, a powerful producer at Walt Disney. He became the one who opened the door for her first starring role in Pollyanna, 1960. In the film, she played an optimistic orphan who brought joy to everyone she met. Hayley not only made her parents proud, she conquered the world. The role earned her the Juvenile Academy Award, the very last award of its kind. A remarkable honor for such a young actress. Success followed success. Disney soon cast Hayley in a special dual role in The Parent Trap, 1961. This time, she didn't just act. She showcased her musical talent by singing a duet with herself in the hit song, Let's Get Together. The song shot up to number 8 in the United States. Hayley's career seemed to have only one direction, straight upward. That same year, she also impressed British audiences with her performance in the crime drama Whistle Down the Wind, 1961. She was voted the biggest star in Britain, an impressive title for any actor, let alone a teenager. But behind the bright spotlight, Hayley's relationship with her parents grew increasingly strained. The more her career soared, the more controlling her parents became, leaving her feeling suffocated. The breaking point came in 1962 when her father, Sir John Mills, refused to let her accept the lead role in Lolita. It was a defining opportunity, but he believed the role was inappropriate. Though Hayley obediently followed his wishes, she couldn't hide her regret. And like many teenagers, she eventually chose rebellion. At 19, Hayley left her comfortable, tightly controlled home and headed to New York, the city of freedom and possibility. As a young woman eager to explore the world, it didn't take long for her to create some unforgettable experiences. Just 1 week after arriving in the big city, Hayley decided it was time to change her life, starting by losing her virginity to her sister's friend. One day, her sister introduced her to an old NYPD friend named Joe. The original plan was simple. He would show her around the city. But Hayley wasn't interested. In truth, she was exhausted, tired of everything in her life. Her parents, the Disney image she was forced to maintain, and the dull, controlled existence she had endured throughout her teenage years. She needed a change, something bold, something reckless. And Joe became the person she decided to unleash all that pent-up frustration on. What would happen if she allowed herself to live differently, even just once? She prepared a silk nightgown, lit candles in her hotel room, and asked Joe to stay the night, as if everything would somehow feel different, as if one black and white romantic night could fix the chaos inside her. But by the next morning, Hayley realized that what was supposed to be a liberating, fun moment had instead become a night filled with guilt and regret. A deep sense of loneliness and despair washed over her, and she wished she had never left home. Wished she had never walked away from the only people who had ever been her true anchor. Determined to return home and leave the past behind, Hayley Mills began to see that the spotlight was no longer as dazzling as it once was. After starring in the comedy That Darn Cat in 1965, her final film with Disney, Hayley felt as though a part of her had died. Despite being one of the most popular young stars during her 6-year run with Disney, her career gradually dimmed. Her contract with the studio had prevented her from growing the way she wanted. She later revealed that being confined to wholesome family roles caused her to miss out on major opportunities and even damaged her own sense of self-worth. In the years that followed, Hayley tried to break free from Disney's shadow and The Trouble with Angels. 1966 became an important turning point. But her career took a far more painful turn when she accepted a role in the family drama The Family Way. The script sounded promising. Yet, it required Hayley to shed every trace of her childhood image and appear in a sensitive scene. At first, she was eager, determined to prove she was more than just a Disney child star. But after several exhausting, emotionally draining days on set, she realized it wasn't as easy as she had imagined. 3 tense, grueling days of filming left Hayley with deep emotional scars. She later described it as one of the most horrifying experiences of her entire career, an ordeal that pushed her into depression and stripped away her confidence for a long time. After that incident, Hayley Mills withdrew from the spotlight, stepping back from the entertainment industry for several years. Although she returned in 1981 with the British TV drama The Flame Trees of Thika, it was clear to everyone that her career would never again shine as brightly as it once had. She took on several more roles over the years, but none ever matched the impact she had made in her youth. By 2023, when she appeared as Lady Emma Hume in Season 5 of ITV's crime drama Unforgotten, her presence served as a bittersweet reminder that much of Hayley Mills now belonged to the past. One of the most defining and painful moments of her life was the shame and distress she felt after appearing nude in The Family Way in the early 1970 seconds. Yet, that event also led to a complicated and unforgettable romance, one that she would only fully reflect on much later in life. While working on the film, Mills met Roy Bolting, the director of The Family Way, who soon became a central figure in her life. Their relationship faced heavy criticism, not only because of their 32-year age gap, but also because of the clashes in their beliefs and lifestyles. And although she knew her parents strongly disapproved, Hayley chose to follow her heart. Her father, in particular, worried deeply about the age difference and whether Roy was right for her. But Hayley was resolute. She even insisted that Roy marry her. And after a long period of hesitation, he finally agreed, but under his own conditions. They married in 1971. And for a moment, it seemed as though married life might bring the happiness she longed for. But reality was far different from what she had imagined. In her memoir, Hayley Mills revealed that life with Roy Bolting was far from simple or joyful. Instead, she felt like a prisoner in her own home. Roy was extremely controlling. He forbade her from making new friends, and he wouldn't allow her to take on any film projects unless he himself directed them. She felt confined, restricted, and stripped of personal freedom, unable to pursue her own dreams or desires. Although they had a son together, Crispian Mills, who would later become the lead singer and guitarist of the rock band Kula Shaker, Hayley gradually realized that this was not the life she wanted. Looking back, she recognized that she had ignored the early signs of unhappiness for far too long. And only when things had gone too far did she truly understand that this life was never meant for her. In 1977, after nearly 6 years together, Hayley Mills made the difficult decision to divorce Roy Bolting. It wasn't easy, but she knew it was the only way she could reclaim her identity and her freedom. In the years that followed, she continued searching for peace in love. In 1978, 1 year before the divorce was finalized, she began a relationship with actor Leigh Lawson. They had a son together, Jason Lawson, but like her previous relationships, this one also didn't last. By the early 1980s, Hayley chose to leave Lawson and embrace single life, focusing on self-preservation and rebuilding her career. She firmly believed she would not fall in love again until she met someone truly right for her. And then, in 1997, Hayley Mills met Fergus Bamji, an Indian-American actor. Their relationship wasn't love at first sight. After all, she was 20 years older than he was. But over time, Fergus slowly won her heart, and they have been together ever since. Although their romance was neither easy nor instantly magical, his persistence and sincerity eventually helped her find peace and happiness again. One of the most difficult moments of her life came in April 2008, shortly after her 62nd birthday, when she unexpectedly received a breast cancer diagnosis. The news shocked not only her but also her fans, though Mills chose to keep it private and fight the battle in silence. The illness forced her into a long, grueling struggle filled with fear, despair, and moments when she felt she was staring death in the face. But instead of pursuing traditional treatments like chemotherapy or radiation, she chose a different path: surgery. It was not only a courageous decision, but also one she believed in deeply, because to Hayley, quality of life mattered more than simply extending it. She hated the idea of chemotherapy so much that she described it as a nightmare far worse than cancer itself. Mills admitted she received very little guidance from doctors and had to make the decision on her own with no guarantee of success. Fortunately, her choice paid off. She recovered in a remarkable way, and by 2012, she publicly announced her return to good health. With her strength restored, Mills stepped back into work and embraced new projects. Not just because she was physically healed, but because her spirit remained unbreakable. Mills also believes that maintaining a healthy diet played an important role in strengthening her immune system and supporting her throughout the long and difficult recovery process. Now, at 78, she still carries the beauty and grace that have long endeared her to fans, even though she has spent many years away from the spotlight. After her dazzling era as Disney's Golden Girl, she chose a quieter life, one filled with peace, family, and newfound passions. Although she no longer appears frequently on screen, Hayley Mills has never officially retired, and fans continue to hope for the day she might return with another memorable performance, bringing back a touch of magic from the past. She now spends much of her time writing, a new passion she discovered in recent years. Despite past insecurities about her appearance, especially the nose she once felt self-conscious about, Hayley has chosen to embrace herself rather than alter her looks through surgery. Today, she enjoys a simple yet joyful life in her London home with her younger partner. With an estimated net worth of around $5 million, the beloved actress remains a true Disney icon in the hearts of millions, no matter how much time has passed. Thank you for watching. If you found this story fascinating and want to see more captivating content, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe so you won't miss any future videos.